Hello and welcome, my name is Pete. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, and we're going on with the beautiful build as you just saw. So let's see what we have. The Lancia Stratos by Centauria, and it's a great build. And we're just going on with it. So let's get straight into this and see. With the first part is stages 61 to 64. So stage 61 is quite a lot to do because we're putting the stuff together and we're marrying the cockpit with the chassis. So let's see how that works and how we get along. I've got all the cameras together, and let's see what we start with in stage 61 of this beautiful build. And let's get that one out. And in stage 61, I'm just going to put this in and see how good they get in. We're going to leave it like that for a moment. Maybe I'll do something about it. So we've put that little window in. Let's put these aside because we're going to put the fire extinguisher and the holder of the fire extinguisher in. I'm going to get that belt out. Where is my tweezer? There we go. That's better because then that buckle is up, as you can see right there. All right, so we've got that in, and we just did a wobble test. We're going to put this fire extinguisher together. And then we can put that in. Okay, we take the fire extinguisher out for a second. Yep. And we put those buckles up for a moment, because we're going to connect them together with those points going on. So we take that little fire extinguisher bracket off first. A few of those flange screws, as you can see right there. Let's start with the one in the middle here. So we put those two together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AHP screws that went together. And make sure those belt buckles are nowhere near. Then we can put that fire extinguisher bracket back in, because it wouldn't fit in. And we can put that fire extinguisher in, like so. It's loose in there. Then we take 2 AMs out, and we put them on the back here with those 2 brackets that we put in earlier. Alright, we take the front part out. We wire tied everything through. Sorry about that. We wire tidy everything through the hole on the side here, because we need to tidy these wires through a tiny hole here. It's a better idea to loosen this up, put them together, and then tighten it up. So let's see if that works. So if you look at this properly, we're going to put all the cables right next to the brake pedal, or the clutch pedal, except for the 2 short ones, which I'm going to use a little bit of tape to put on the side, because we don't need that for the moment, because we're going to put them through a hole in the side here. But what we're going to do is going to make sure that those little, sorry about that, those cables come down right beside the steering wheel. But we're going to take those short ones and put them into the holes that we have in this side here. So we've got all those wires neatly in there. As you can see there, we're going to get the passenger compartment out, and we're going to push those cables to where they stay, right behind that little area right there, and that's where they should stay. I'm just waiting for the last camera to come in. Right in this corner down there, that's where the wires should go, except for the 2 that are on that golden one. They go through the chassis, or through the wheel arches into the side. And now we're going to twist it or turn it down and pull those out a little bit more so they fall in position. And then we're putting it into position. Just a second, because we need to do some wire pulling, and then make sure that there are points there that should affix it in the proper position. And then I think we've got it in the right position, and we're going to put those AMs back in the back here. Okay, we've got them all connected. We've got those wires down, we've got those wires in the side. We're going to put two APs in the front here. Yeah, that's in properly. Then we need to put those back in a moment. Okay, they're back to where they should be. No, I'm going to leave it. So we're putting on those little hoses onto the calipers. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to show. Wow, guys, this has been quite something up until now. Alright, we're going to leave it as it is. One of the screws is not wanting to go in. I'm going to put this one back on. Okay. Wow, this is quite something, guys. Okay, I've got it figured out. So we're putting the wires right underneath that boom that goes to the wheel, or the wheel, whatever you want to name it. Then we're going to put a cable. I think they want us to put a cable here, a tie wrap, to keep that in place. So we cut that tie wrap off, or at least the end of it. We've got it there, and now we're gonna manage those wires. Okay, we've got those wires tidied up. We've got everything connected as we saw right there. We've got the C and the E cable, and they're gonna be connected in the back here somehow. Mamma miracoli. So that's one cable in, which I put right there. I put right there with the cables behind it, and now we're going to put a tie wrap, carefully putting it down around this little area here to keep it all neat and tidy. And there's still movement here, so yeah, good. And then we're going to cut this one off, and right there we've got the very long other cables, but we want them to come out on the other side. So let me organize that as well. So there and there, and that is it for this incredibly long stage, 61. So this is stage 62. These are the parts. I think we need to get the steering wheel out, which I haven't got right here, but let me just get it. So let's see which one is first. That one. All right, where is that? That is the one we need. If you look at its D-shape there and there, we get a GM out. Where are you? Right there. Pretty long screw. Have a look at that. There's a little hole there and a little lug there. It stays in pretty darn well like that. So let's see what we do next. I think we're putting an emblem in there, and we're going to get that backing off, and we then need to put that Lancia label in there. Okay, it's in properly. So we put those two together. Have a look, there's a lug and a hole right there, so there's no other way to put that on. And we put those on. Or do we put it the other way around? No, that way around. And then we're going to get the car in and open up a hatch. And I'm going to turn it around to make it a little bit easier for myself. And that's this little hatch here. Okay. Now we're going to put that steering wheel in. The steering wheel is connected right there. It's hard for me to show, but yeah. We're going to put 2 AMs in there to connect them. Okay, we're putting this one back in, or I should say on, and let's get those AP screws back in. And we're closing up the hatch again. This is a very smart solution, because some of the other builds it's really hard to get to, and they've just made a little hatch so the others can learn from it. All right, now we have to have a look at that steering wheel. Well, in some way that went right. Well, it doesn't matter. It's there. Okay, we've got that. If you look right there and right there, you can see that those caliper pipes are connected. This has not been a very easy one, guys. Wow. So we put that one over it. Then we put this so-called wooden knob over it, and that's never going to come loose. All right, then we're going to get the car back in. We get that shifting rod. We are going to put this one in right there. We are going to put an SP screw from underneath. So that screw is in from underneath. We get that one out, and we want this side, which is offset a bit, or at least if you look at it, it looks like that. Then it does a step down and goes to this side. This is the side we want to connect to the gear lever, and the other one is what we want to connect to. Here we go. Fire extinguisher falling out again. Right to there, and we are going to lose these wires up because they want it to go underneath those stickers. All right, let's see what kind of screws we are going to put in. NP, those are the very tiny screws, so we are going to get a PH00 screwdriver out, and we're screwing on in from the gear lever side, which should be like so. This ain't bloody easy. So that's one side of those very tiny MP screws. Whilst these are some very little things to do, very fiddly. There we go, it's in. Now they want us to do some tidying. All right, so I think we've done that, and that is stage 63 done. Let's start with the obvious ones. Those are little hooks that we have here. We've got 2 of them, and we need to put them on the side of the car here. And screw them in from. All right, what they want us to do first is these belt buckles, and we come through and go down again think what we can do is put a little drop of glue there. Alright, so we've made those belt buckles, as you can see right there, and I'm gonna let them dry a bit because they've got a bit of super glue on them. And we've got these to put to the side, and let's get some RP screws out for the both sides of the belt buckle holders. So as you can see me, I'm holding it and screwing it in from, oh God. And how do they want those belt buckles to be? Straight. So I've gone for the pretty much the right thing. Then we're gonna go to oh, come on. And we've got that belt buckle in as well. And that finishes that stage off as well. As you can see, all belt buckles are in. Those buckles are together. We've got that one in, we've got that one in, that one in, that one in, and that one in. And we've got this, of course, on top of it. Wow. Especially the first stage, guys, 61. I found a really hard one to do. But as you can see, we had a lot of stuff lying around, but we haven't anymore. We've just got the car here. So that's the car in its full glory and finished, or at least for this for these few stages up until 64. I'm going to do 65 to 68 as well. As you can see right there, it's beautiful, and it's all we've got some stuff left, but that's fine. I'm going to get the next few stages out and see what that brings to us, but you'll see that a little bit later. I'm going to clean up a bit and hope to see you next time on any of my other builds. Thank you very much for joining me again. Thank you for sticking out all the way to the end, and please like, subscribe and pass it on, and hope to see you next time, as I said. Thank you very much. Bye bye.